study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male. It was authorized by the U.S. Public Health Service, paid for with taxpayers' dollars, and conducted by government doctors. Now, the aim was to learn more about how syphilis, this deadly and debilitating disease, actually attacks the body. The method was to withhold treatment from 400 men, all poor, all black, and all deceived by the promise of care. Now, the medical establishment has never denied the facts of this tragedy, which
Good afternoon. I have several announcements. Every doctor, every hospital, every nurse have been notified. Every woman in this country must be aware that it's most important that they check their medicine cabinet, that they do not take this drug.
They don't have a right to be shocked. The shock doesn't belong to them.
I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast. Ferrari with me in the wave, but in the morning. Do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast. Ferrari with me in the wave, but in the morning. Do you still want me?
Champion sound, bam, 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 bam. Go when they hear the champion sound. Champion sound. Champion sound. Champion sound. Champion sound.
Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast. Ferrari with me in the wave, but in the morning. Do you still want me?
It's Friday.
I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast. Ferrari with me.
But you're all here for some gossip, aren't you?
Morning. Do you still want me?
How's it going, people? Good evening, good evening. It is Friday, the 25th of November. Bear with me. Let's see, I won't answer that now. Friday, 25th of November. A couple of minutes late. Apologies for that. Good to be doing a show without any constraints, to be honest. And being able to speak what I need to speak about. And that's not an attack on anyone in particular. Just that when you do shows with other people, then you kind of have a system and you adhere to that system. So that's just the way it is, especially when you're doing it for an organization. All right, so we are here today and we need to discuss some important information. what I'm going to do first, I'm going to play a video. I'm going to play a video that was created by Skits, and it was put together. I don't know the context of it. And then I've got an important comment to make. So if you're tuning in and you haven't seen my beautiful face before, I'm Manny Cinder, and I'm probably the most good-looking person on the internet. Only joking. Nothing could be further from the truth. Well, I'm halfway there. I'm only joking, peeps. I'm not that egotistical, really. So today's show is to really lay some foundations about some things, because there's a lot of information, a lot of hoo-ha going around our Speakers Corner online community, shall we say. So I'm going to play this Skits video. I'm just going to play the sound. And then I've got an important comment to make. And then after that, I'm going to lay the foundations of what the network is and where it spans to. And that will be the end of the discussion as far as I'm concerned today, right? End of the discussion as far as I'm concerned today. I may open up the panel if anybody wants to jump on, be more than happy to do so. But there's a new rule in the house. If you don't show your face, you're a troll. Okay, there's good trolls and there's bad trolls. But generally speaking, we know who the good trolls are, so we may consider them. But when I say troll, in this instant, I don't mean troll as in someone like, I sometimes classify myself as a troll, but really, when I say I'm a troll, I'm just doing some tongue-in-cheek humor. I'm just pulling someone's leg. It's blatant that I am just joking around. But the trolls that we see in the online Speakers Corner community are nasty, evil, satanic bastards who are motivated by anger, evil, and basically very satanic type of cult-like thinking. But, you know, God works in wonderful ways. For every demon, he creates an angel. And as long as you and I are kind of trying to work towards the light, then we will have power to take the heads off these demons, figuratively speaking, not literally. Right, so we're going to play this Skits video. I may stop and comment on it here and there, and then I have a comment to make at the end. Let's go. Some of the points is in the video it is silent, and that's because there's typing on the screen. I don't understand what this PlayStation's got to do with it. I'm not really part of a lot of these circles, but let's play it, and then you'll be able to hear what's going on. And come on, England, we need to get this done by 7 o'clock.
Hi, Eric.
Robin.
Okay, Eric, if I needed something of you, basically, you said, fuck off to me, basically.
These Skits there ordering your mods to block me, and they block me just like that. Nah. And then Skits can sort of, you know what I mean? Because Skits is white knighting her a bit too much just lately.
No.
Skits, get on back to your PlayStation, your playrooms, and play with all your little children. We've got you recorded in them playrooms as well, talking to young children, Skits, haven't we?
Eric, you better have evidence of this. Eric, you better have evidence of this. Eric, you better have evidence of this.
What you can also expect are pictures of your children. Yeah. You can also expect Amy can also expect photos of her fucking child, right? Or to be spread around the hangouts. You come on screaming absolute nonsense, right? Just so you could porn bomb. Wow. Aren't you a big man? Well, what can I say? What can I say here? Oh, yeah. You're a big man, right? Oh, there's Jubes. You're a big one. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah. Pineapple head. Who's this? Don't worry about that. Pineapple head. Who's this? Hang on, who's got you?
Thing. I bought actual proof with evidence and screenshots of people's numbers. Yeah, I've hid their numbers for obviously for privacy reasons, but that is their fucking numbers.
Apart from a fake picture of someone's poor child. No, I'm not saying to you, but I mean like the fact that she would use that's horrible.
Google image from Wendy's fucking.
Yeah, but the fact that she would use that's even horrible. You're like, you sick woman. You're just as sick as Betty.
Prove otherwise, and I'll apologize because as far as
she can't, bro. She's like Betty. She's like Betty. She can't prove that. She has to prove that he's one of those.
Other than that, just shut your mouth about that, man.
Okay, there's apparent evidence of.
Wisdom, jump
anyway.
back on.
You a sick woman. You need prayer. There's something wrong with you.
That's all right, Brian. I'm going to go after your kids now, Brian.
Come on. Come
What's so
on.
funny
I'm
about
going
that
to,
shit?
Brian. Don't worry. Remember Colchester? Colchester, yeah.
Answer the question then.
Ask the question again, then.
Picture of Bob's kid.
Who sent it me?
Yeah.
Who?
Fucking there you are then. There you fucking are then.
That's not what was said in the video. That's not what was said in the video.
What was said in the video then? What was said in the video?
Lord sent you the picture.
No, he sent me a different picture. He sent me a different picture.
Different pictures of different kids.
Correct.
It gets
different pictures of different kids, and that's correct.
Exactly.
The plot thickens.
Mo. Still doesn't get away from what he did to fucking Brian O's kids. But everybody in the hangouts knows about this. Am I going to ruin
No, don't argue. No need to argue.
Brian's kids up in Pornhub. I get booted out of certain hangout groups because I wouldn't stop asking Dan questions. So Ross booted me because of a picture. And that was Brian's family.
The only thing, the picture that Simon said was the screensaver, right? It's not the same as Bob's banner, like Simon said it was. Right? The only thing that Simon's got that's got any relevance really is last year when Skits messaged Simon and said something about it'll be ironic. Yeah, PC Barnes. Right, so I'm going to share what Simon sent to Danny Jones, right? Right, so that's the picture. I showed Simon his Facebook. He went, "That's what Skit's screensaver is, right?" And this is what Simon is saying is the screensaver.
We'll get to that in a second, Tyrone.
How is this picture, this bit here? How is that the same? Yeah.
There are a few silences, but keep listening. Keep listening.
Yeah. No idea. No idea.
There's multiple channels, Ed.
Yeah. Bobsy's boy's about 10 now.
Not you, Rev.
I'll show you the conversation I've had with Danny. What? Now look, right? Second. Now look, right? So he sent me this picture, right? And then he puts, so where is the link to these two pics? So I put 2 pics. So he said, Simon sent me the pic and you sent me the pic. I cannot see the link between them both. Am I missing something? So now I know what he's talking about. Simon was the one who said Bob's banner was same kid. I believe what Simon was saying, as I had not seen what he had. The that geolocation comment, and you're a dead man, proof.
I'm just going to stop it there. So we have iRoast in the house. Now, I don't know if that's the real iRoast, but iRoast was the first person, iRoast is a Sikh, by the way, was the first person on the Mani Cinder Live channel to, what's the word? What is the right word? Show the world who Simon is, right? Now, my apologies to iRoast is that I did overlook that. I did overlook that, and it's only now that I've gone back and had a look at that particular situation that I've had my eyes watching. So that live stream is one of the classic live streams ever to be done on the Mani Cinder Live channel. We're going to be replaying that sometime in the future, but let's continue for now.
It is him. They've had a chance to do the cover story. My evidence is bang on. Other people's evidence is only conjecture, right? And I've sent him the clip of Danny and Bobs, right? So
let him who has not sinned throw fucking stones.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that, lad. Oh, what have you done that for, lad? Oh, said that, lad. You shouldn't have done that, lad.
Simon needs to realise, if I release some of the stuff I have on Simon, Simon will be arrested within the hour. I can guarantee you that.
So we need to bear that comment. That's been clipped from, I don't know if it was my channel or Jupiter's channel. I think it's Jupiter's channel. Big up Jupiter. So just bear that comment in mind, and we'll come back to that.
That these guys, including Simon, want me to publish this information.
That other thing, watch your mouth, you rude bitch.
No.
You will. Oh, you're begging to 7. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Oh, yeah. Ask the grandchildren. Ask the grandchildren.
Peace.
Oh, no. Grandchildren. Did he ask the grandchildren? I'll have a look, but I'm not. Do you think I'm going to fuck around with pictures of his kids, or even so much as share a picture of his kids?
I don't believe that.
Like sharing pictures of other people's family, kids
He
or
didn't
not,
share it.
is fucked up. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Answer the question then.
Ask the question again, then.
Picture of Bob's kid.
Who sent it me?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, fucking there you are then. There you fucking are then.
That's not what was said in the video. That's not what was said in the video.
What was said in the video then? What was said in the video?
Lord sent you the picture.
No, he sent me a different picture. He sent me a different picture.
Even different pictures of different kids.
Correct.
I'll have a look, but I'm not. Do you think I'm going to fuck around with pictures of his kids, or even so much as share a picture of his kid?
I don't believe that.
Like sharing pictures of other people's family, kids or not,
share it.
is fucked up. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Let him who has not sinned throw fucking stones.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that, lad. Oh, what have you done that for, lad? Oh, said that, lad. You shouldn't have done that, lad.
What are you saying, Hector?
Don't let that talk shit.
What
I
are
don't
you
talk shit.
saying, Hector?
I don't talk shit.
You want my boyfriend to
What
die,
I do and I
Hector?
do what I say.
I think your children are pedophiles, Hector. I believe that your omnivore is a pedophile.
Fucking hell, Simon. You take a breath. Just have a little one. What the fuck? I'd advise you stop drinking brandy for the third time.
I'd advise that rancid, lying, pedo, old cunt stop showing his face on the internet like the fucking face of truth and authority, and other people stop fucking backing him up.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that, lad. Oh, what have you done that for, lad? Oh, said that, lad. You shouldn't have done that, lad.
Your offspring, the fruit of your loins, is a pedophile because your wife says this on the internet. So because your wife believes that, I believe that Joe, your son, is a pedophile. Do you understand me?
Damn!
Don't bring your fucking threats to my door, or you don't leave my door. Do you understand me? Can't. But Jupiter and her husband have threatened me to roll up at my door like Rodney's house, but I am not fuckwit like Rodney.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that, lad. Oh, what have you done that for, lad? Oh, said that, lad. You shouldn't have done that, lad.
Of cunts with no heart. You're fucked. I literally would not shed a tear if he killed himself tomorrow and left his children as orphans. These people fucking drive me insane, Luke. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I hope he gets off the internet, or I hope he ends his life. I hope his heart fails, and I hope his children are left as orphans.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that, lad. Oh, what have you done that for, lad? Oh, said that, lad. You shouldn't have done that, lad.
The pleasure is all mine, mister. Oh, you can run, little piggy, but you can't hide. Now that you remember what has been done, it is time to let the chaos begin.
So there's some screens being showed of text messages with Simon here. It's okay. You guys get the gist of what's going on.
So different. You like to manipulate and instill fear within your target.
And we love to manipulate and instill fear within ours. You like to hide in the shadows. And we were born in them. You run from the law. And we effortlessly dance through its loopholes. But there is but one teeny tiny difference between us. Do you know what that is? You like to play with people. Whereas we like to play with people's sanity. So, you really thought your deeds would go unnoticed? You thought would be dismissed from these despicable actions? You thought your victims' mouths would remain taped shut by their own fear? Well, there was but one thing you did not account for. Us.
Simon needs to realize if I release some of the stuff I have on Simon, Simon will be arrested within the hour.
So, like I said earlier on, note this comment here where it's being clipped. What I've just said, that's going to be the first comment.
Guarantee you that these guys, including Simon, want me to publish this information.
Okay, here I'm not advocating for Skits. Don't know him. Some of the things that he's done, if he is a he's done, I don't agree with. Nonetheless, and another thing, I don't know the full context of those conversations, but what seems to be said that it's evidence that a group of people have been sharing photographs of people's families, children. Okay, make your own mind up. Here's a link to the actual video. Go watch it afterwards. All right. Now, Skits took a clip. I think that was Jupiter's. So that was Jupiter's show that I went on, and it states, or it's clipped where I'm saying that the information I have on Simon, if I was to go to the police, I could have him arrested within hours. It makes it seem that the information I have on Simon is in regarding to that. I want to categorically, publicly say that statement has got nothing to do with that situation, that video, i.e. Simon and the others being perceived, or if they are, distributing, sharing, saving children or anybody else's pictures. My comment was in relation to what Simon said to me in regards to mobile phones. Okay, so Simon made a direct threat that he had gone to the police, and I've patiently been waiting for the police to contact me because, you know, I'm Manny Cinder, and you think I'm like you, a demonic human being, that when the police come knocking to me, that I'm not going to come out smelling like roses. But the police hasn't come, and I don't make empty threats. Okay? Every single call you've ever made, this is everybody, including me, every single SMS message, every single WhatsApp call you have ever made is recorded and stored. All you need to do is to get a court order. How do you get a court order? During the case, you ask the judge to issue one via the police, and they track the date and the time that you give them. Now, I mentioned iRoast. Why was that important? Because the minute iRoast was called the N-word by Simon, I knew there was something very, very funny. It's a good point, and I intend to. But these things are not just as simple as just calling somebody up. You've got to collect the evidence. You've got to present it. Absolutely correct. So that video that we've just played, you can go watch it in your own time, has audio recording, what seems to be audio recording of those individuals admitting, some of them, that they are either in possession or have been given by others photographs of family members, minors. Okay, you can't really refute evidence like that. However, I'm going to be, this idiot here used to actually be a mod on one of the money channels. And over time, I don't know if he's had too many vaccinations, but over time, he's turned into this demonic being. As a consequence, you're now blocked. You're now blocked because, as I've been saying for a number of weeks now, I am sick and tired of degenerates, satanic type idiots coming along and derailing absolutely everything. Anybody else wants to derail anything, I'll block you right now. We're going to have this conversation. I'm going to lay down the foundations of the network in this conversation, in this live stream. Okay, I've got about half an hour to do it. And that's going to be the foundations of future live streams. You're going to learn about it. Okay, if you've got any questions about Raj, go ask Raj. But let me tell you something about Raj right this moment. This was brilliant. So Raj was doing a art exhibition. Me and Banksy went there for Speakers Corner Online and we did some filming. Okay, so afterwards we went for a meal. And we're all having a chimwag. It was a South African restaurant, really nice. We have a chimwag, and Simon texts Raj while we're in the restaurant and says, "Tell Manny I'm never going to stop." Right? We all had a laugh and a joke about it. But when I got onto the tube to get home, there was a live stream that had been going on round about the same time as that message was sent. And it was Simon saying, "I don't want to fight with anybody. I'm just..." Good. I will do. But like I said, no weirdos on this channel. You're not allowed here anymore, especially not those that share these type of images. So he texted Raj right at the same time and said, "I'm never going to stop." And then he was on a live stream saying, "I don't want to fight anymore. I'm just a nice person. Please, I don't know what's happening." And that's the type of drama that he plays. But the minute he called a Sikh man called iRoast the N-word, called him a nigger, okay, I kind of had my suspicions about him. And this video that I've just played, that's made by Skits, might not be all truthful, but where there's audio of people admitting things, is really, you can't really dispute it. It's now for the matter of the police to handle it. So if you think any of that video content is a crime, you should report it. Okay, you should report it, and you should basically tell the authorities if they're innocent, they'll be found innocent. They should have nothing to worry about. But if they're not innocent, it's up to us to make sure that as good members of this country and citizens, you might not be in the UK, that we're doing our part. I'm going to tell you a story of how far this networks goes. Okay. You said you get him arrested within minutes, but now you're saying he's quite. No, that's not what I said, Tyrone Lannister. That's not what I said. Okay. But now you require. I didn't say that. I said that there was and I've said it a number of times, there was a conversation that took place that I have the date and time for. What he admitted something. Okay. I just need the police to go get it. And everything that I do know, I will be contacting the police. I've spoken to the police. I actually know police officers, believe it or not. Members of my family, including my sister, is a barrister. You think I don't know what the game is? You think someone like me is going to be stupid enough to do the stupid thing that these people have been doing? It doesn't work like that. You got to think. Not everybody is a degenerate. So Tyler Lannister, you know, again, like I said, if you're derailing me, you're getting blocked. Don't derail me. We've had too much of these type of, how can we say, trolls coming along. No more derailing. A person should be allowed to speak and finish what they want to say without people coming along and trying to sidetrack them. I'm going to tell you a story of how far this web goes. It doesn't necessarily mean that the entire web is interlinked as in one organization. However, the web is interlinked, that they all know each other through each other. So I used to be in business with somebody who said they were coders and programmer. His name is James S. Now I've challenged James S. James S is a guy that owns and runs the FRD Discord server. Free range dialect, whatever it's called. Now, I met him a few times in Speaker's Corner, and I kind of liked him. I thought he was an intelligent, honest person, and I no longer think that. But over time, just to go back a bit, when he joined the project, it was a blockchain crypto project that I was in the midst of developing with two other developers. So I'm not a developer myself, but anyhow, that's beside the point. So when he joined the project, we had nearly finished a version of that system. He came along and he looked at it. He said, the coding's rubbish. You're going to get hacked. Destroy it. Delete it all. And we deleted it all. Or we certainly rubbished it. He said, we have to build it from scratch. And do you know what was done while he was with the business for the next 2-3 years? Nothing. The only thing he programmed was a spreadsheet where you would type in something in one box and it would be repeated in another box. That's all he did. And I used to think, you're supposed to be this amazing programmer, because he used to say, Microsoft people call me up and ask me, what's the problem to this? And without even looking at the code, I can tell them what it is. And I used to think, really? You haven't created anything. All you've done is deleted your Discord comments, thinking that I hadn't captured them because you were talking so much bollocks. So there was a lot of episodes, and there was one particular episode where me and Raj were on a call with him on Hangouts, right? And he said something atrocious about the Muslim community. Completely atrocious. And me and Raj were just gobsmacked that you want to do what to Muslims? And Raj was much faster than me, and he picked him up for it. For a long, long time, I thought, he's just one of those evil bastards that say one thing but mean another. In other words, they act a certain way in public, but really deep down inside, they're real nasty, evil bastards. I thought he was like that. But I was worried because when you're a business partner with somebody, it's like a brotherhood. It's like a brothership. You know everything about them, right? Even if somebody works for you, like an employee, you know so much about them. So, you know, I was worried that, can I really trust James? But like I said, the God or world works in mysterious ways, and I was, by hook or by crook, I was given his details, right? Shall we say? And he wasn't happy with that when I discovered his details. He kicked up a real big fuss. Well, I didn't go looking for it. It just happened. And I've challenged him on this aspect of what he said about Muslims, and me and Raj wasn't happy about. And James, if you're listening, if you're going to claim I'm lying, tell me to play it. Go ahead. Call me a liar, challenge me, and I'll prove it. So all these things happened. So I needed to test him if I could trust him, right? And this is where it gets interesting. So I told him something personal that could be held against me, something about my family, something about my life. And I just sat back. Nobody mentioned it. Nobody came across it, but one person in the chat. Do you know who that was? Ghost Speaker's Corner. Now, Ghost Speaker's Corner didn't know he was talking shit because he didn't know what the game was. Because he didn't know at that time what James had said and why I was so worried about him. Right? It was something personal to me, something that I could be attacked with. And that's what Ghost Speaker's Corner. And I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. But maybe Ghost Speaker's Corner goes onto FRD, onto the Discord server. Okay. And that's where he's picked him up. But again, why should James have told him that, right? So that was interesting. And then fast forward to the first exhibition that we covered for Raj. We're in a group, right? We're standing there. And Raj had already told us up to the exhibition saying, I can't tell you what Sophia does for a living. But if you do find out, please keep it a secret. All right. So we're standing outside in a group outside the exhibition. And I'll tell you who was there. Me, Banksy, Raj, who already knew what she does for a living and told it to keep secret. A friend of Raj who is as boring as you come. He hasn't even got any friends, let alone anybody to tell this secret to. And Steve, Speaker's Corner, aka Steve Atheist, aka Steve of Southall. Sophie told us, I wasn't shocked. I could have guessed that. Right? A few days later, who do you think is typing in the chat? OMG, I was so surprised to hear what Sophie does for a living. Ghost Speaker's Corner. Interesting. Now, I've already challenged Banksy about this, and I know Banksy wouldn't speak to Ghost Speaker's Corner anyway. And, you know, Ghost Speaker's Corner is a troll, never shows his face, so on and so forth. Oh, sorry, Sam M. Yes, you were. But again, Sam M, you wouldn't say, right? So it's irrelevant. You were there. Sorry, apologies, Sam M. So I've already challenged Banksy. And like I said, there's no way Banksy would speak to Ghost anyway. Now, Jazz, Steve's friend, wouldn't say anything. I know I haven't said anything. Raj was already warning people not to say anything. The only person, as far as I'm concerned, that would leak this into some kind of group or network is Steve. Which is interesting because Steve has spent his entire Speaker's Corner career attacking Muslims, all religions, but specifically Muslims. And here we are, information being leaked from a closed conversation to a Muslim or supposed Muslim. We don't know if he's Muslim. We can't prove it. So now we have this situation, and there's so many more examples of this. Now we have this interesting interaction because we have Simon who has contact with the Tommy Robinson team, as admitted by his own admissions. Also having contact with Hope Not Hate, having admitted with his own admissions, and also having open relationships, not sexual, I'm saying just online relationship with Hope Not Hate members, or, you know, providers of information, either to their book or whatever, people like Tom's, aka Clown, and other people that attack the Tommy team and their individuals. Also having contact with journalists. Now, the journalist situation is very, very interesting, because how would a degenerate, alcoholic, clearly mentally unstable and very evil person like Simon have the comprehension and idea to bring in journalists into closed groups? I mean, don't get me wrong, the group that he did it to, which was the racist group, whatever their name was, Patriotic Alternative, don't exactly need the best treatment, because, you know, they're racist, you know, but nonetheless, that information, or that knowing to do that, is very interesting, because that links somebody, or certainly reminds me of somebody who claims to be a journalist, who claims to have these links and have been accused of having these links, which is our friendly racist Wendy Wu, obviously not her real name. So we have on one side, starting from links with journalists. Now, I'm not saying links that they're in bed with them, but certainly communication or ability to communicate with journalists, right? Not just any journalists. We're talking about Guardian types, right? Right up to Hope Not Hate direct supporters with information, and also some of those claiming to be ex-Tommy Robinson information agents, right? All working in this complex mesh. And thankfully, one of the best presents that Clown World has given us is saying in a live stream that Hope Not Hate approached Steve some time ago about the book that he was going to be in it. I got to chapter 1. It's boring, it's dull. I haven't got the energy to read the rest of it. Admitted on a live stream that Steve Atheist, aka Steve of Southall, as he's calling himself, was approached by Hope Not Hate and asked if he had any comments or something about the things they were going to write about him in the book. Now, he claims that he wasn't blackmailed, because I've asked him in the text when he keeps appearing. He claims that his sudden change towards Tommy Robinson is all natural on his own back. It could be, it may not be. It just seems a bit too much of a coincidence to me. But there seems to be something there, right? He was given the opportunity to comment. Now, no thanks, Wendy. You don't call racist names and do what you've done recently and come onto this show. No, thank you. No, thank you. I backed you up when you were being attacked, thinking you were a very different person, and you're not. And that makes me feel, I don't know how, like, what you, Simon, and Steve have really done in terms of how you've turned out to be is a real kick in the teeth for someone like me, because I gave you guys the benefit of the doubt, and it's, as a consequence, I will not ever give anybody that chance again, because it shows that people show their true colors, and you should always look for the indicators. Anyway, I lost my thoughts here, and England versus USA is fast approaching. So that, in a nutshell, is how deep this network is. Right now, whether it's solely being operated by agencies or agents working for Hope Not Hate, we don't know. Maybe just one or two of them, maybe it's none of them, maybe it's deep state. We just do not know. But there is a web, there is a network. Okay, and there is a trail here. It could well be that these people are so effed up in the head that they're all attracting each other into their own lives, and as a consequence, they're finding solace amongst their own company. I don't know, and I don't care. But that video that Skits created seemed to put my comments as if I know or I knew that Simon, if he did, was distributing children's images, right? If I had known that, you would have seen a very different side of me. I'm a man. I protect. I don't attack. My comments are more to do with the fact that him and an IT professional friend, he claimed, were trying to do something naughty. Or I believe that they targeted 2 individuals. Okay, I don't have the recording of that. I do have the date and the time of that call. I'm just completely apologetic for those families, including Jupiter's families, that have been attacked, targeted by these people, by attacking their families, by attacking their children, and sharing all this horrible, horrible information. Is demonic. Words do not, cannot really console the type of pain that you guys must be feeling. I've always said from day one, if you're going to attack somebody, attack them on their politics, on their argument. Don't literally attack them, not physically. Don't attack their family. Don't attack them personally. When you've done that, you've lost the argument. Just walk away from the arena. You do not have the comprehension to be in the same arena as the rest of us who want to talk in a debate fashion. So the network is, the Speaker's Corner community has been infiltrated. Okay, it's either been infiltrated directly, where there are agents working within certain groups, or they are infiltrated in terms of they worked for a certain group and now have gone to the other side, like we've seen with some of Tommy Robinson's research team. Okay, or we've seen over the years where people started, or maybe they were pretending to be conservative and ended up being so far left that they had their head up their ass. But the thing is, these chats, if you don't know their face, if you don't see their face on a regular basis, you do not have to pay any attention to them. It takes a lot of bravery to put your face out there. All right. But you do that because you're speaking what you see. Okay. You're analyzing things, and you are being as honest as you can. You're right. You're right. It's not a big part of the YouTube, but if it wasn't as powerful as it is, then they wouldn't need agents to infiltrate it. Okay, because the viewerships of a lot of the Speaker's Corner debates in the park, for example, are massive. And it does affect people's opinions, unfortunately. So, once again, go have a look at that video, make up your own mind. There's a lot of visuals that I didn't play here that you should see to help make up your mind. But when you start crossing boundaries or going into people's families, you're getting serious. You're becoming demonic. And you shouldn't be doing that. I've laid the foundations of what the network is. At the moment, I don't feel that I need to bring too many receipts because there's a lot of receipts already coming out organically. Mr. Rick is another channel that you guys should be keeping an eye on. Just keep your eyes open. Unfortunately, there's not a lot people like me, people like Jupiter, and the others that are being attacked can do in terms of filtering the information that's being presented, because it can be easily manipulated as well. But what we can do is filter out the idiots that try to come here and make the channels as demonic. But on that note, I think K-Dips is right. Come on, England. They're playing USA. They're about to start. If you have any questions for me, leave a comment below. Now you know how deep the network goes. If I need to do another show, then it's going to be receipts time. And I'm going to have to get deadly, deadly serious. And let's face it, they're going to do something and I'm going to have to bring the receipts. The reason why I don't know why they do that. So this is why I always place the England flag and the UK flag together, so one of them comes through. They probably, you know what the YouTube are like, they probably don't want the England flag. They probably coded it so it comes as a black flag. I don't know why they do that. All right, people. Hi, Moon. That's everything out of the way. Like I said, that's the groundwork. The next show, when it needs to be done, it's going to be a lot more serious. It's going to be a lot more information. But let's see what comes out organically first. And I'm going to have to be busy making sure everything is documented correctly.